What really separates a millionaire from the average person? Is it luck, inheritance? Or is it something deeper, something hardwired into their very being? The secret, it turns out, isn't just in their bank accounts. It's hidden within the complex neural pathways of their brain. Today, we're going on a journey inside the mind of a millionaire to uncover the blueprint for financial success. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to start rewiring your own brain for wealth. Let's start with the command center, the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain right behind your forehead, and it's responsible for all the high-level stuff, things like planning for the future, making complex decisions, and controlling your impulses. In the brains of self-made millionaires, this area is buzzing with activity. While most people are thinking about what to have for dinner tonight, the millionaire brain is already strategizing for the next 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years down the line. They aren't just dreaming, they're actively simulating future scenarios, weighing potential outcomes, and making choices today that will pay off massively in the long run. It's like having a built-in CEO who is constantly focused on long-term growth rather than short-term profits. This heightened executive function is the foundation of their financial discipline and strategic thinking. It allows them to see the bigger picture and stay the course, even when faced with immediate temptations or distractions. Now, let's talk about fear. For most of us, the thought of taking a big financial risk can be terrifying. That feeling of panic, that knot in your stomach, that's your amygdala, your brain's fear center, going into overdrive. It's an ancient survival mechanism designed to protect you from threats. But here's the fascinating part. Studies show that in the brains of successful entrepreneurs and investors, the amygdala is significantly less reactive. This doesn't mean they're reckless or fearless. On the contrary, they feel fear just like anyone else. The difference is that their brain doesn't let that fear dictate their actions. Instead of a knee-jerk, emotional reaction, their highly developed prefrontal cortex steps in, analyzes the situation, and makes a calculated decision. They're able to distinguish between a genuine threat and a manageable risk. This allows them to take those bold, calculated risks, starting a new business, investing in a volatile market that are often necessary for building extraordinary wealth. They've learned to dance with fear instead of running from it. Next up is the reward system. Our brains are hardwired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, and this is driven by a neurotransmitter called dopamine. When you get a notification on your phone, eat a piece of cake, or buy something new, you get a little hit of dopamine. It feels good, and your brain wants more of it. This is the trap of immediate gratification. The millionaire brain, however, is wired differently. It derives a much greater dopamine release from delayed gratification. The reward isn't the small, instant pleasure of a new gadget. It's the massive, long-term satisfaction of hitting a savings goal, closing a major deal, or seeing an investment portfolio grow over decades. They have trained their reward system to value the future outcome far more than the present temptation. This is why they can consistently save, invest, and reinvest their money, while others might struggle with impulsive spending. They're not depriving themselves, they're simply choosing a bigger, better reward down the road. They're playing the long game, and their brain chemistry actively supports that strategy. So, millionaires have a more active prefrontal cortex, a calmer amygdala, and a reward system geared for the long haul. But there's another secret weapon in their mental arsenal, and it's called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. Think of the RAS as the gatekeeper to your conscious mind. You're bombarded with millions of pieces of information every single second, and your RAS filters through all that noise, only letting in what it deems important to you. Have you ever decided you wanted to buy a specific car, and then suddenly you start seeing that car everywhere? That's your RAS at work. You told your brain that car was important, so your RAS started pointing it out. Millionaires subconsciously set their RAS to filter for wealth and opportunity. While the average person might walk down a street and see buildings and people, the millionaire sees potential real estate investments, underserved markets, and networking opportunities. Their brain is constantly scanning the environment for anything that aligns with their financial goals. They don't just find opportunities, their brains are literally programmed to see them when others don't. It's a wealth filter that is always on, turning the ordinary world into a landscape of potential. Now, you might be thinking, that's great, but I wasn't born with a millionaire brain. And here's the most powerful part of this entire conversation. You don't have to be. Thanks to a remarkable property of the brain called neuroplasticity, you can actively change its structure and function. Your brain is not fixed. It's like a muscle that can be trained and strengthened. You can literally rewire yourself for wealth. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's proven science. Every time you learn a new skill, form a new habit, or even just think a new thought, you are physically altering the neural pathways in your brain. You can build the brain you want. So, how do you start training your brain to think like a millionaire? It starts with small, actionable steps. First, let's work on that prefrontal cortex and impulse control. Implement a pause, think, act routine. Before you make any non-essential purchase, force yourself to pause. Take a deep breath. Think about your long-term financial goals. Is this purchase moving you closer to them or further away? Then, and only then, act. This simple habit creates a space between impulse and action, giving your rational brain a chance to take control. Another powerful exercise is to actively reframe your perception of failure. Society teaches us to fear failure, but millionaires see it as invaluable data. It's a lesson, not a loss. The next time you face a setback, don't just feel bad about it. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I do differently next time? By consciously shifting your mindset from I failed to I learned, you begin to quiet the amygdala's fear response and build resilience. You're teaching your brain that setbacks are not threats, but stepping stones. To turn your RAS for opportunity, start your day by clearly defining what you're looking for. Instead of just vaguely wanting more money, be specific. Write down, today, I am looking for one way to save an extra $20, or I am looking for one person who can teach me about investing. By giving your brain a clear target, you activate your RAS to start scanning your environment for exactly that. You'll be amazed at what you start to notice. Finally, to master delayed gratification, create visual reminders of your long-term goals. Make a vision board. Set the background of your phone to a picture of your dream house or retirement spot. When you're faced with the temptation of an immediate reward, look at that image. This connects your long-term goal to a strong, positive emotion, helping your brain choose the future you over the present you. So, to recap, the key to the millionaire brain isn't some genetic lottery. It's a highly engaged prefrontal cortex for strategic planning, a well-managed amygdala that allows for calculated risks, and a reward system that prioritizes long-term gains. It's a mind that uses the reticular activating system as a dedicated filter for opportunity. And the most incredible news of all is that through the power of neuroplasticity, every single one of us has the ability to cultivate these exact same traits. By implementing simple, consistent mental exercises like the pause, think, act routine, reframing failure as a lesson, and setting clear intentions, you can literally rebuild your brain for success. It won't happen overnight, but with dedication, you can build your own millionaire brain, one neural pathway at a time. The power to change your financial future is not out there in the world. It's right inside your head. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a life of success and fulfillment. I'll see you in the next video.